Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm going to be your therapist today, and it sounds like you're coming in today to talk about some recovery maintenance. You've been clean for a year today.
Yes.
And before we discuss that, I want to let you know that everything you say here is confidential unless you want to harm yourself or somebody else. And in that case, I have to seek supervision. So, does that make sense?
Understandable.
Okay. You've probably heard all this before. Okay. So, yeah, tell me a little bit about your sobriety.
Well, first off, I was on the synthetic marijuana for about, 3 years. And then, I don't know, I just kind of got tired of it. And then I figured out I was having a niece, so that was kind of like a big eye-opener, I was like, I need to be there for my niece, I don't want her to grow up just, remembering her uncle. I want her to grow up with her uncle, you know? And I went down to Florida for probably 7 hours, seeing how it was, and I didn't want to be in that rehab anymore, so I literally walked the streets of Florida. I learned basically what it was to be, I wouldn't say homeless, but, have nothing and, not know where I'm at.
Yeah.
And, that was a big eye-opener, and ever since I called my dad, I was like, hey, can I get on a bus, come home, and I promise you I'll be clean, and it's been a year since, so.
Wow. So it sounds like synthetic marijuana was, your main problem.
Yeah, that was my DOC back when I was doing that.
DOC, drug of choice?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you went to treatment, but you didn't complete it?
Actually, I went to treatment twice. I completed one treatment, but that was when I was an adolescent. And then I went to the rehab, but like I said, I signed myself out 7 hours later because I was like, I feel like I can do this myself, Somewhat it was a waste of money, kind of, but the way I look at it, my dad saved more money than me staying there, you know, just with that little bus ticket, it was I think $300 back, so it really wasn't that much compared to the thousands of dollars he was going to spend, but I actually did that myself, so it saved, you saved a good chunk of change.
So, how are you coping with all of that now?
In all honesty, well, my son, I had a stillborn son that passed away in
I'm so sorry.
October. Or no, August, my fault. And, I ain't gonna lie, that hit me hard, and, when stuff like that, when something, personal traumas, happen, in the family or something like that, and especially, that was my firstborn son, I wanted so bad to go back to that stuff, and then I literally just think, I got somebody up there watching above me that I basically, the way I live is I live like my son is still here. That's why I work hard. That's why, I keep myself busy. That's how I stay sober, basically. I just keep myself busy and remember what I'm going to lose, who I'm going to lose. And it's honestly just, people say, oh, it's so hard to quit, it's so hard. But it's just a mind over matter type thing. Yeah, you want that substance, but you're not supposed to have it, so you got to just kind of push yourself to not want it anymore, and then once you don't want it anymore, you're basically good. Yeah, you may have them little triggers to where, you may want to go use or go, but at the end of the day, you got to look at it is it going to be worth it at the end of the day? Is my problem still going to be there? Yes, it is.
It sounds like you really used that experience to gain a new perspective. It sounds like you've already
I've matured a lot.
A good perspective, but then when I heard you say, I kind of live like he's still here, and I feel like I have someone watching over me, and I think you've taken that experience and used it for your benefit.
Yeah, I was about to basically what I look at it as I turned a negative situation. I wouldn't say it's a positive, because he's still gone, but he's still here. He's here. He's here in my heart, and I still. It may sound weird, but I still feel him here and there.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going, and that's what keeps me clean.
So, how did you and his mom handle this?
I feel like the baby was pretty much the thing holding everything together, because once he passed away, everything just kind of,
dissipated between you and her?
Yeah.
How are you coping with that loss on top of...
Don't get, we were together for 3 years and everything, but I wouldn't say it was as... I'll be honest, we were both, mentally abusive to each other.
Yeah.
We got mad, we said things, and, took them back and everything, but, it's still uncalled for and everything, we never got physically violent or anything like that, and, I don't know, like, it just fell apart, basically.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got, like, a good understanding of some of these major traumas that you've gone through, and it seems like you've done a really good job, like, processing
Yeah,
those.
ever since, I ain't gonna lie, like, ever since I got off that stuff, like, my mind has been way more clear, you know, I get a better thought process, you know.
Yeah.
Like, my mind isn't clouded. Like, that's basically what it is.
So, what are some things that you would like to work on or talk about today in our session?
Let's see.
Is there something that you feel like you need help with that you would like to discuss? And like I mentioned, you know, your reason for coming was kind of like recovery maintenance.
Yeah.
So, what can I do to help you with that?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I've been looking at, like, NA meetings and everything like that, and I go to those sometimes, like, here and there, like, if I feel the need, like, you know, if I'm feeling that down, like, you know, I'm like, man, like, maybe I should just go, you know, get messed up real quick or something. I think about it, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just go talk to somebody real quick or something, you know. So
it sounds like you've used NA.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything you're talking about, they seem to have solutions. Let's think of something that, so why don't you go to NA regularly?
That honestly is a good question. Because I feel like, yeah, I know that you should go every day, you know, and just make sure you have them steps and you have those
connections.
You know, yeah, you have those, you know, those people you can rely on and everything. But, like, I feel like, you know, I'll go a couple times and then, like I said, like, if I feel, you know, down or something like that, and then I'll go in, I'll listen, give my little, you know. Because the first couple times I went, you know, obviously I sat in the back, you know, I just kind of sat there.
Yeah.
You know, no one said anything, and then finally someone was like, hey, you never talked before, and, like, I stood up, you know, I gave them my story and everything, you know. And they're like, man, you know, a lot of the older people are like, man, you know, that stuff's no good, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, man, trust me, I know I'm good now from it, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like you just go when you need a little bit of more support.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I've started working and,
how's your job going? Are you getting along with everybody there?
Everything's real good. They, like, I like the vibe. I like the vibe I get from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We all talk to each other. We all joke around, and like, you know, if someone's getting too serious, you know, like, hey, you know, cut it out. But like, everything's cool. The managers are cool. Like the GM, like everyone's cool. And like, I like what I want to do. What my plan is. I'm on Noodle Grill, and like you work your way to saute, and then you work your way to front, and then once you learn all those 3 positions, you can make manager. That's my goal.
Oh, so you have a goal of being a manager. So. Okay. How long do you spend at each learning station? So you mentioned noodle, then sauteing.
It really depends just how they think you're doing. Because like I got started off with a trainer, and she like watches me every so often, see how my times are, see how my ticket times are, and everything like that. See if I'm making everything right. So everything's real good, you know. But. Yeah, I mean, I still struggle with, like, the loss of my son, you know. But...
Yeah, how does that, this is kind of the quintessential therapist question, but how does that make you feel?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you know, like, I wake up every day and I feel like a piece is honestly missing, you know. Like, and it's just a simple fact, like, I wanted to be a dad so bad, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, I lay and you know, I'd rub on my girlfriend's stomach, and I'd start talking. Ooh, man, he started going crazy. He knew who his dad was, I'll tell you that. He knew who his dad was.
It sounds like you guys had a bond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Wow. So, and you're not talking to her much anymore?
No, we're just trying to figure out some court stuff, because when I was off that stuff, I wrecked into a telephone pole, and I owe NIPSCO $7,000, which what they want to do is, garnish mine and her wages, or I could take it to court and get her fought. Which I told them, like, I'm trying to take it to court, but she does not want to, like, cooperate with me whatsoever.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about doing is literally I'll pay that off.
Yeah.
And then I'll just sue her for not, like, you know, helping.
You can pick the cat up if you want. Yeah, so it sounds like you really wanted to have a child.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I was literally, let's put it this way, I was working at Popeyes making $7.25 just so I could have income for him.
Yeah.
You know, like I picked up the fastest job that I could find.
Yeah.
Just so I could have some type of money.
Right. Well, it sounds like you like learned some really good like almost parent like skills.
Yeah,
you know that.
yeah.
You're
plus,
not
I mean,
losing.
I got my niece downstairs too, so I mean that's
kind of help out with
exactly.
her.
I mean, yeah, I get to send her back when I'm at the end of the night.
Well, cool. So how about like when you do miss your son, like maybe like take your niece to go do something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's what we usually do.
Yeah, and like try to be that really good uncle. And it sounds like you're doing that, but maybe be more conscious of like when you're feeling kind of down and like making yourself like, hey, I'm gonna like spend more time with my niece and show her some love. So your sister and your niece, they live with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is her dad around?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually at work right now.
Oh, he lives here too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got a whole little family.
I mean, we got it's like a dupe, like up here, it's downstairs, so.
Oh, okay. How old's your niece?
She's actually about to be 1 in, what's the date today? 21st. She'll be 1 on the 10th of December.
Okay.
So she's got her little teeth coming in. Go crazy. Every night I stop and I buy her little, like them little mini M&Ms.
You do?
Yeah, she loves M&Ms because they just sit there melt in their mouth. Goes crazy.
Your sister lets her eat those?
Yeah. But I mean, like, she makes sure, you know, that she only gets one at a time.
Yeah.
And it's just funny, though, because I walk downstairs and start shaking it, and then she'll just...
She knows what time it is?
She'll look up and she'll... I'm like, yeah, I'm like, come here.
What's her name?
Olivia.
Olivia. When's she turning 1?
The 10th.
Of December?
Yeah. Not far.
She's a Sagittarius.
Not far.
When's your birthday?
June 14th.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you've learned some really good like coping skills, and I see you like working really hard right now, and you know, and maybe that will help you like build a foundation like to have a healthy family in the future.
Yeah,
you'll be more set. And
yeah, because like my goal is when I working at my job now, I'll see what they're gonna do like with my hours. I'm gonna see if I get at least 3 days off. I'll go somewhere else part time just for a little bit I want to get my own apartment by my birthday in June. So.
Oh well, that's a good goal.
Yeah,
so
just like at least like a little like studio apartment or like a 1-bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Just something for me. You know. And.
Well, that sounds like a good goal. Yeah. So. To get an apartment by June, what would you like to see happen to your finances, to your job? Like, what would you like to have?
What I'm already starting to do is I'm putting 10% of my check away just so I have money to start saving up.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm starting to do, like, once winter hits, I'm going to start, like, you know, shoveling snow and all that, and then that money's going to go to the side and everything like that.
Do you have direct deposit?
No.
Maybe that's... I know...
That's something I was actually going to set up soon.
Yeah, I know for me, when I had direct deposit, I would automatically, bi-monthly, have, like, a certain percentage taken out and put directly to my savings that I would never even, like, see. I just calculated it, like, you know. So maybe that's something to look into. Kind of helpful than just having cash. That's just...
Yeah, no, honestly, cash is just...
self-disclosure.
It's easier to lose, pretty much.
Yeah.
Especially for washing clothes. You just kinda...
Yeah, so an apartment in June. So what else would you like to have together before that?
In all honesty, I need a car. I drive my dad's car. So I'm going to save up for a car.
Are you getting your taxes back?
Actually, yeah. Because I've had like 2 or 3 different jobs this year, so...
So maybe you can...
hopefully scrape up some.
Yeah.
Just get a little beater with a heater.
Yeah. Well, these
that's all I need to just get back and forth.
Chicagoland winters are pretty cold. No heater would be awful.
No. I got the trench coat. Don't try me.
Oh, well, you can stay warm. Maybe you don't need a heater in your beater. So do you want to have a certain amount of money saved up, or?
For the car, I'd like at least $2,500.
What about the apartment?
That would just depend on like, you know, the bedrooms, where it's at, how nice it is, stuff like that.
Maybe you can find a friend to move in with.
That's what I was actually about to bring up.
Don't you have a friend in Caleb that lives with his mom that needs to move out?
Oh yeah, I actually do. Me and him could probably, you know, probably put some stuff together. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
we both got jobs, so
Mm-hmm.
it'll be good.
Yeah, he works real hard.
Yeah, yeah.